and welcome back to another series that I want to start doing. I filmed a video, been a while now, where I just had a cup of coffee and I talked to you about something that's been on my mind, and it seemed to get really good views compared to what I normally film. So I thought I would do that again, but this time I'm gonna make it bookish. It's the first one like this that I want to do, so we're definitely starting off bookish, and we're going to talk about book marketing. Can we trust it? I come upon this because I have read a couple books now where it was marketed as one thing, and all of a sudden that's not what it is at all. A lot of people have been talking about Lessons in Chemistry, and the US cover makes it seem like it's a fluffy romance. I honestly didn't pick this book up because I thought it was a fluffy romance. Yes, I know, don't judge a book by its cover. I got you. But that's what draws a reader in. You're going to look at the cover first and go, that's interesting. What is it about? And since this one had the cartoony feel of a romance, it wasn't going to be my cup of tea. I don't usually care for romance. I like more smutty than the cartoon cover usually, I think, leans. I'm getting ready to challenge that. Leave me your recommendations below. But, so this one, a lot of people talk about how it's not a romance at all. And then I looked up the synopsis, and now I'm really interested in reading it because it's not a romance. But it also got me thinking about the writing retreat, where I went in, based on the blurb that Book of the Month gave me, and based on what everyone was saying about it, to me, I thought was going to be a thriller where writers were being killed and you had to figure out who's doing it. Like, it's a locked door mystery, Agatha Christie film. That's what I thought. That's not what it was. And I think if it was marketed to be what it is, it might not have sold as many books. And honestly, I didn't like it. I did not at all. I think the writing retreat, I think I gave it like 2 or 3 stars. Let's look. Hold on. I gave it 3 stars. Which, thinking back on it, I might end up giving it 2 stars because it just was not good to me. But I could also lump Female of the Species in there with it because the US cover, has a bunch of animals on it. And I wasn't interested in it at all after looking at the cover. But I'm trying to find my entry for it if you're wondering why I'm flipping. But the UK cover, I think, has like an angry girl, and like it depicts the story so well. So much better than the US. And so it made me think, can we trust book marketing? Like, is it... Obviously, they're trying to sell us something. Like, I'm not stupid. I understand they're trying to sell product. They're trying to move product in a culture where our attention spans are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. Like, most of you probably already clicked out of this video by now. Short. And where if you don't grab somebody's attention within the first 15 seconds of a video, an article, a book, anything like that, you're not going to grab them. They're on to the next thing. I understand that it can be hard, but I feel like when it comes to book marketing, we're kind of living in the Fae. I just finished Wicked King, so my brain's definitely in the Fae realm, where we give half-truths and we manipulate and turn and play games with words where you can be like, you took your own opinion, you took your own, you assumed what this was gonna be. I never said it was that. You assumed it, kind of thing. And so I don't know if we can trust book marketing. I don't know if I want to start reading every synopsis of every book I pick up because I feel like the synopsis gives you too much. I have been reading a lot of backlisted books, and their synopsises were very much more vague than the ones are now. I don't know if you've ever done that, but do me a favor. Pick up a book from like the early 2000s and compare their synopsis to the one now. They're very much more vague. But again, they're trying to grab your attention within a 15-second attention span, which I suffer from that too. I don't have TikTok anymore for this reason, because I will scroll for hours. But YouTube Shorts is just as bad. I'm home today, sick with my little one. She's taking a nap, and she and I were in here playing, and my phone went off. I picked it up, and I talked to my mom for a minute, and then I opened YouTube just because I wanted to check out analytics. On a short I posted, I just wanted to see how it was doing. And I ended up on YouTube Shorts for an hour. I looked up and it had been an hour. I had planned on going grocery shopping, cleaning house, like all this stuff today, and an hour was gone. What? How did I sit in the same spot for over an hour and not even realize it? How? Doing nothing. At that, doing nothing. Which, I know that could be my toxic positivity and my toxic productivity and my brain saying, you have to do something. You're not at work, so you need to get all this stuff done. But in reality, I still want to know where my hour went. Time flies so fast, especially when you have a kid. You realize it. My kid's gonna be 2 in, oh God, in 2 months. She'll be 2 in 2 months. She's 22 months old. Where did time go? Where did time go? She's going to be freaking 2. 2020, the pandemic was 3 years ago. If that doesn't shock you, I don't know what else to tell you. But with our attention spans being so short and time flying by us so quickly, I understand the need to grab your attention. But it makes you wonder, how do you find a new book that's not being marketed to you and not being falsely advertised and actually enjoy it without having to read the whole book yourself? And I don't think this is a blame on influencers or social media, because they're paid to say what they're supposed to say. That's just it. They're paid to present it a certain way. And they're only going off of what the publisher told them. Like, they get a PR package. They read that PR package. It's not like they read the entire book. They don't have time for that. And I understand that. Like, I see influencing as any other job. Like, you don't have time or the energy, really, to give 100% to everything. You can't. And even if you are reading, let's say you're reading 10 books a week, that's still a crazy amount compared to what's coming out. And I think every author deserves to have their book marketed in a way that is truly their book, and not having it slid into some category that will force us all to pick it up. And we're all human, and we all have our own taste too. So it's like, how do you get a tailored recommendation and actually have it fit what you're looking for? How? I've not figured it out yet. Let me know if you have. I guess I'm a little salty because I wasted one of my choices on the writing retreat when there was another thriller there. And if this one had been marketed correctly, I would have picked the other thriller. But then again, that's still my fault. I should have read the full which I read the full synopsis. It still made it seem like a locked door mystery, and it wasn't. Not saying what it was bad. I just didn't care for it because I went into it thinking it was something else. I actually highly recommend the writing retreat. If you like a thriller with a twisty end and something you won't see coming, I highly recommend it. It just got me thinking about this concept. I don't know. It's interesting because we have come so far with technology and so far in how we consume media. And everywhere you look, you're consuming some kind of media. And so are our children. I think marketing is really everywhere, and there's no way avoiding it, but not everything that glitters is gold, and so that can be hard. Speaking of kids and technology, we went to Walmart today with my little one, and if you knew me in real life, my kiddo watches TV when she goes to take naps and stuff like that, and her TV is usually on when she's home. But if we're out in public, I rarely give her my phone to watch Coco. I rarely try to distract her. I actually, the first time we ever did a shopping trip where I knew I was going to be out for a couple hours, I didn't even give her my phone. She took a coloring book and colors with her and colored in the buggy. But it was kind of a shock to my system when I went through Walmart, seeing so many moms with their children and a phone to keep their child quiet. Mine is talking to everybody. If you ever see this in real life, my kiddo will tell you hi. And then she's going to tell you a body part because she has learned the name of them and she thinks that's the coolest thing in the world. So every person we walk by, she would tell them, I, and point to her eye. And finally one little old man, which he made my heart smile and made me feel really good because he stopped what he was doing to speak to my child. And she thought that was the coolest thing in the world. And so she started naming all the body parts she could. And told him her knee, her leg, her eye, her hair, her mouth, her teeth, named them all. And he's just listening to her. She has this grandiose idea that he needs to hear. And then she goes, bye-bye, and he goes, bye-bye, and we went about our way. And it was the cutest thing in the world to me. And I just thought, is her being quiet worth missing a moment like that? Of real human connection. Because when he walked away, he had a smile on his face and was giggling, telling his wife about the interaction he just had with my child. And they both are smiling, and it made their day to have that human connection. And it just, I don't know, it gave me to thinking. And all of it relates back to marketing. And I don't know. You're watching this video and I'm having a crisis over here about marketing and technology and whether I agree with it or not. Some days, I'm not gonna lie, I want to live off grid and have a farm with a whole bunch of animals and my kiddo and just not interact. That's what I want. My mother has been watching these homesteading TV show where they go out and help these people fix their homestead and they live off grid, self-sufficient. And I'm thinking, that looks like a great thing. Let's go do that. Can I do that in the forest, though? I want trees all around me. Can we do that? Please and thank you. I'll put the work in. Yeah. I'm sorry for this rambling video. I've had coffee, but clearly it's not sinking in. But all this to say, can we trust book marketing? Can we trust marketing at all? If we can't, then what's the point? What's the point anymore? Yeah, I may end up refilming this, but I hope you're having a great day, night, or wherever you're at, and I will see you in my next one, and hopefully it's a little more mainstreamed. Yeah. Straight shot. The next one I think I'm going to film is communication, and maybe learning to communicate for kids in the 90s. That should be interesting. That's actually a really good one. I'm gonna write that down. Yeah, I'll see you in my next one.